I used to feel completely overwhelmed by my emotions, shutting down in tough conversations and regretting it later. Until I learned one simple emotional intelligence technique that let me stay calm and connected every time. But before I learned it, I lost someone who mattered more than I ever admitted. This isn't a story about betrayal. It's a story about timing and how silence can do more damage than words ever could. If this opening already feels familiar, subscribe to Emotional Pull. These are stories that stay with you.
When Marcus left, he didn't disappear suddenly. He explained everything carefully. A new opportunity, a temporary move, a future that would finally make sense. Lena believed him, not because his reasons were perfect, but because his voice sounded certain. He promised distance wouldn't change them, that calls would replace presence, that love could survive postponement. At first, it did. Good morning messages, late-night calls, plans spoken with confidence, until busy became normal, and silence stopped needing an explanation. If you've ever trusted a promise that slowly faded, tap like. You're not alone.
Lena waited in small ways at first. She waited before sleeping, just in case he called. She waited before making decisions, just in case he returned. She waited before healing, because healing felt like betrayal. Missed birthdays became apologies sent days later. Conversations shortened. Affection became efficient. Marcus told himself this was normal, that success required sacrifice, that love would understand. What he didn't realize was this: love doesn't disappear loudly. It leaves quietly after being ignored for too long. Lena stopped waiting one night, without announcing it, not out of anger, out of exhaustion. Months later, Marcus finally slowed down. Success had arrived, but fulfillment hadn't. One quiet evening, he scrolled through old messages, noticing how her words used to overflow, and how his replies gradually shrank. That was the moment it hit him. She hadn't asked for too much. He had offered too little. For the first time, he didn't plan a call. He planned a return. When Marcus found Lena, she wasn't where he left her. She wasn't waiting. She stood on a small stage at a community event, confident, calm, complete. When their eyes met, she didn't smile, she didn't cry. "I came back," he said. She nodded slowly. "I know." No accusations, no bitterness, just truth. "I needed you when loving you hurt," she continued. "You came back when loving me was easy." That's when he saw it. Someone else stood beside her, not possessive, not loud, just present. Marcus realized something painful and permanent. You don't lose people when you leave. You lose them when you assume they'll wait. If this moment hurts, comment "stay." Someone reading that may need it today. Marcus didn't beg. He didn't argue. He listened. For the first time, he stayed present, even though staying no longer meant belonging. And that was the lesson. Timing isn't everything, but ignoring timing costs everything. Love doesn't ask for perfection. It asks for presence. Some apologies arrive late, not because they aren't sincere, but because healing is already complete. If this story made you reflect, don't rush past that feeling. Sit with it. And if you want more stories that explore love, loss, growth, and emotional intelligence, subscribe to Emotional Pull. Because sometimes the story you hear today is the lesson you live differently tomorrow. Subscribe and watch the next story. It may answer a question you've been avoiding.